name is Luiz Kruel, and I'm a technical artist for 5 years now. I started my career at EA Sports, doing shaders for Madden, NCAA, and other football titles. Then I moved on to Sony Online Entertainment and DC Universe Online, where I did a lot of shaders for that game as well as just general rigging and scripting and other TA jobs. And then now I am at CERN Affinity working on an unannounced project. So in this DVD, I'm going to show you guys how to write a full character shader from scratch. We're going to start with a very basic shader in CGFX and then build it all the way up to this character that has subsurface scattering, reflections, normal mapping, and all of the high-end current gen shader techniques. So like I mentioned, we're going to be using CGFX, which is very, very similar to HLSL. So a lot that you learn here, you'll be able to use if you had to do a HLSL shader. We'll also be using Maya, but you can pull this off in any software or even engine. I'm going to show you guys how to break down a shader and understand what makes a shader and all the different sections of it, as well as learn to start to modify it. And we'll be doing this sequentially, building from a very simple shader that has just a simple color. Followed by that, we'll be learning how to add lighting. So we'll be doing a basic lighting model, which will be our diffuse Lambert. Then we'll start learning how to add some ambient coefficients to it. After that, we'll learn how to do Fresneling, which will help with rim lighting. And finally, we'll learn how to do a full-on Phong shader, which, as you can see, we build each chapter on top of each other, and by the end of this lighting section, you'll be able to do a full-on Phong shader, which is pretty much industry standard to your most basic lighting shaders. After that, we'll start learning how to do textures. We'll start off with a basic diffuse texture. After that, we'll do a spec texture, finished by a normal map texture. Right after that, we will be doing UV manipulation. So we'll learn how to tile frequency as well as offset, as well as offsetting it by time. And then we'll learn how to do vortex deformation, which will allow you to do a lot of things from animating cars all the way to waving flags or cool looking dancing spheres. Then we'll touch a little bit on techniques. So we'll learn the difference between alpha testing and alpha blending, as well as how to do additive shaders. Then we'll do a pelletization chapter to where we'll learn how to have a shader that you can have a texture that drives different colors and texture blending across different parameters. And then we'll start doing our practic chapters where we'll learn how to do a nice car shader with some tricks on how to get reflections looking good, as well as the first chapter or the first shader that I showed you guys, which is our full-on character shader that has subsurface scattering, reflections, rim lighting, normal mapping, specular mapping, basically the works. So I hope you guys are excited about it. I'm looking forward to sharing all this information with you, and let's get to it.